No matter where you're from and no matter where you've been, it's easy to see that we are all descendants of immigrants, whether it's through genealogy or history itself. Now, the purpose of this record is for Belly to explain to the listeners what it was like to emigrate from his own country and just see through his eyes what it was like to struggle growing up in Canada and then end up living and working and trying to sustain his family with the money that he was making off of drugs. And it's a little horrifying to hear when he got to Canada that his family was living in a hotel like they had room for 8 people. When obviously, if most of you have been in hotel rooms, it's not that big. So you start to think about all the things of leaving your home country, packing up, and never going back. And then you try and settle in this new country, but you have nothing at all. You have nothing. So you have to build from the ground up. And he didn't see a future. At least that's what it came off like in the song. But you have to build up from where you are. Now, Belly doesn't maintain a strictly political motion on this record. He does it a few times, which definitely enhances the need for people to have their eyes open to what's really going on in the world. But he also pulls it back and lets everyone know that he is still a rapper. He still has that lyrical ability about him, and he pulls a little bit of a T.I. motion here, letting everyone know that I can talk about politics, but I can also rap my ass off as well. The second song on this album, called Zion, has probably one of my favorite verses he's done outside of the LA Leakers freestyle that he did earlier this year. He had a line that had sassafras and razzmatazz mixed together, and I'd never seen anybody do that before in the multiple years that I've been listening to hip-hop. So it's really interesting to see that someone can throw in stuff like that and still make it interesting to hear. Now, the title track for this record is all right. It's all right. It's really, really good. But the ending verse from MIA is very monotone, and it drags on. It's not that good, especially with the fact that she's been in the music industry for so long, and she has a staple. Like, her name is a staple. If people see her on a record, they know it's going to be good, and it's almost like she phoned it in with this. But on the other half of the record, we have Meek Mill delivering a phenomenal verse. This guy has come back from his little stint, and he has not spared a microphone at all. I cannot wait for his actual first release, post-release. And it's probably going to be one of the best records to come out. If it doesn't come out this year, then it'll probably come out next year. But that's beside the review. One of my favorite songs off of this record is Numbers, which features Yo Gotti. Now, Yo Gotti's verse has a definite cadence to what it was like when he first broke into the rap scene, when I first found out about him back in the mid-2000s. This guy was like T.I., Young Jeezy, and a little bit of Young Jock in there, and then like a tad sprinkle of Young Dro. This guy had so much going for him, and then he signed onto a label and pretty much threw his soul out for a little bit of trap music money. But it's nice to see with his recent features that he's tapping into that good trap music inspiration again, like he did on Wraith. And it's very, very nice to see that he's trying to bounce back. I think he's realizing where he might have lost it a little bit. A song that I do not like on this record is What You Want, featuring The Weeknd. Holy Mother of God, this song is awful. I have not heard such an awful song in the past 7 months in comparison to the Charlie XCX feature that was on the Lil Xan album. Both of those songs equally 2 of the worst this year. Belly doesn't not deliver, but it's just the whole aspect of, man, this song was marketed. It was meant to be marketed. And that's just not cool, man. I can't throw the guy's idea away for wanting to make a radio single, but it's just not that good. I don't want to waste any more time on it. One of my favorite songs off of this record, actually my favorite song off of this record, is called What Does It Mean?, which is a very soulful touch on Belly's reflection on his life, saying, if I made it through all this, what does it really mean? Do I actually serve a greater purpose here? Do I actually get to do these great things now that I've made it through? All in all, yes, to answer the question. He gets to do these things. You get to do these things. And I think that's all I have to say on this record. I really enjoyed it outside of the weekend feature. Oh my god. But this album is a very quick listen. If you guys have like 30 minutes to spare, because the other albums that I've been looking at this year have been like 30 minutes to an hour maybe. I think it's like 45 minutes to an hour for most of them. But if you guys have like 20 minutes to spare, these songs are pretty quick and they're really good. If you want, the link will be in the description. I highly recommend you guys listen to it. Just skip the song that has The Weeknd on it. And if you're a Weeknd fan, sorry, don't hate me. Tune in next week when I review the brand new Jarve mixtape, Jarvage Volume 2. I hope that this is going to be even better the third time I listen to it, but we will find out. I will see you guys next Friday. I will also leave a link in the description for the new song I put out yesterday. It is a remix for Lucky You that was originally done by Eminem and Joyner Lucas. So if you guys want to check that out, please check it out. Yeah, I think that's all. Enjoy your weekend, stay selfish, and I will see you guys next Friday. Peace.